Happening on Monday in Libreville, Gabon Wood Show Act 2 is a wood fair which brings together different operators of the timber industry. The objective is to promote Gabonese wood in order to better sell products. Local elections in Turkey, a vote deemed free and fair by observers. The opposition candidate Imamoglu topped the poll with 53.98% of the vote compared to 45.12% of the ruling party's rival, Yildirim. For the first time, a Chinese national is elected as head of FAO, the United Nations agency to fight against world hunger. Gu Dongyu, Vice Minister of Agriculture of China, was elected this Sunday Director General of the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization. In August, he will take over from the Brazil's José Graziano da Silva. These are our top stories. Stay tuned for more details in this newscast. News on the continent opens with the second edition of Gabon Wood Show, and the wood industry will be in the spotlight for 3 days. Today, Monday 24th, marks the opening of the event, which was attended by the Gabonese government authorities and several economic operators from around the world. This is seen by many as a unique business opportunity in the wood industry, and for representatives of the Gabon Special Economic Zone, including government authorities, it is as well an opportunity to get back to the goals and issues of this meeting. The March of the Moroccan People Against the Congress of Shame was organized as a result of a call by the Moroccan Association supporting the Palestinian people in different ways. Notably, the powerful Islamist movement Al-Adl wal Ihsan, the Islamist Justice and Development Party, which leads the government coalition, the Federation of the Democratic Left, and the Istiqlal were in the game. Death to Israel, death to the United States, shouted some protesters. Other slogans were targeting regimes described as allies of Zionism, while banners say the Moroccan people refuse any participation in the Bahrain Congress. Last week, the White House said that Morocco will be present at the conference scheduled for Tuesday and Wednesday. But until then, the Sharifian Kingdom has neither confirmed nor denied the information. A new sitting is scheduled for Tuesday in Casablanca, the opening day of the Manama Conference. Opposition candidate Ekrem Imamoglu reiterated his victory at the local elections after the cancellation of the first round. Elections which, according to the head of the delegation of the European Council observers, were far from flawed.
Yesterday, the citizens of Istanbul elected a new mayor in a well-organised and transparent vote, albeit in tense circumstances. The result is very clear. We expect the freely expressed will of the voters will be respected.
Nearly 2 months after the first vote, which was finally cancelled, the suspense this time did not last. In the early evening of Sunday, June 23rd, the candidate of the Turkish president, Binali Yildirim, conceded his defeat in the Istanbul's mayoral poll against his opposition opponent, Ekrem Imamoglu.
From what we saw, technically speaking, the elections were conducted competently. Polling was conducted overall in an orderly and professional manner for the vast majority of the 10.5 million voters in this fascinating, wonderful, vibrant city.
Coming from the Republican People's Party, a secular opposition group, Ekrem Imamoglu had already won the local election on March 21st with 13,000 votes in advance over the Justice and Development Party of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, head of the city for 25 years. But this result, a snub for Erdogan, who was the mayor of the city in the 90s, was cancelled a few days later for irregularities. Gu Dongyu, a 55-year-old biologist and deputy minister of agriculture in China, won the election for a 4-year term as head of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations based in Rome, outrunning the French candidate Catherine Jocelyn Laniel 71 votes and the Georgian candidate David Kervalidze 12 votes according to the results announced after the first round. This is the date that will make history, a new springboard for agriculture and food in the world. Immediately, the new head-elect promised to do everything to be impartial and neutral. He also promised to concretely fight hunger in the world.
I'm very grateful to all member countries for your active participation, evaluation, and conclusion. I will be committed to be our original aspiration, mandates, and missions of the organization.
The delegates who voted through secret ballot had the choice between 3 candidates in total after the withdrawal of a Cameroonian and an Indian. The future leader, whose term of office will be 4 years from 1st of August 2019 to 31st of July 2023, replaces the Brazilian Graziano da Silva, who held 2 terms as head of the multilateral institution. He pointed out that under the leadership of Graziano da Silva, FAO started a shift towards agroecological methods, call on nature to both combat the effects of global warming and increase agricultural yields, while limiting the synthetic pesticides that sustain the giants of agrochemistry. Opening on Monday in Libreville, Gabon Wood Show Act 2 is a wood fair which brings together different operators of the timber industry. The objective is to promote Gabonese wood in order to better sell products. Local elections in Turkey, a vote deemed free and fair by observers. The opposition candidate Imamoglu topped the poll with 53.98% of the vote compared to 45.12% of the ruling party's rival, Yildirim. For the first time, a Chinese national is elected as head of FAO, the United Nations agency to fight against world hunger. Ku Dongyu, Vice Minister of Agriculture of China, was elected this Sunday Director General of the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization. In August, he will take over from the Brazil's José Graziano da Silva. That's all for our newscast today. Stay tuned on Gabon 24 for more news.